Today's episode of The Mom Game is presented by our friends at Gateway GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway because their slogan is, Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new GMCs and GM-certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car dealer who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaygmc.com, look for the Shop, Click, Drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule that delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaygmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. And welcome inside the Coppola Studios for episode 291 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She's Julie Dobbs.
That legit scared me every time.
Why does it scare you?
Every time.
Sipping on a little Coppola Prosecco this fine Tuesday morning because we're taping on Tuesday. Actually, it's afternoon now.
Yeah. Heck yeah. We've been here for a bit and we haven't opened it yet.
Yeah.
I've been jonesing.
Yeah. Big show coming up here in episode 291 because we have, if you want to see, if you can see inside of our studios, we have a guest.
Her name is Char.
Char Cuterie. Welcome, Char. We're thrilled to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this charcuterie board is by our friends at Borderie, which is tremendous. I've used Borderie before. So basically, this whole spread comes to you in the mail.
In the mail. That's amazing.
It's amazing. I don't know about you. I think we've established that I'm not good at stuff like this. And
yes, we have.
Thank you.
Neither of us are.
Neither of us. So they send you this literally just like that. There's all you have to do is take wrapping off of it.
Ready to rock, baby.
It's ready to rock. So she's beautiful. She's going to be with us here in studio. We're going to take some bites out of Char here in a little bit. So
sorry, Char, we love you, but we're going to have to eat you.
Sample all the stuff.
Fully arranged, chef curated.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Delivered fresh and chilled and ready to go. It's super easy to do, but it looks like you've done something really fancy.
Yeah. So I had a wine tasting at my house a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't have time, nor did I want to mess with putting together a charcuterie board. So I placed an order. You can place an order in advance or have it delivered ASAP. Shows up on your doorstep with the ice packs and everything. You take it out, put it in the fridge. Get it out about an hour before you're ready to serve it. And then you take it out of that's all you have to do.
Ready
is take
to
the
go.
plastic
It
off.
ships overnight.
Yeah. It's
Nationwide.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm excited to have been introduced to a Borderie and I can't wait to put one in my new kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect for hosting. Even if you do have the time, can you really make anything look this good?
No. And then you got to go to the store. You got to Google, what do I buy and how do I arrange it? And
there's lots of stuff on there.
Right.
Nuts and little olives and it comes with crackers.
It's so cute.
It comes in this board.
Mm-hmm. You get
literally
the board.
everything.
Then you have a serving board.
You don't need anything. So yes, shout out.
It's mom friendly.
Very mom friendly. And their website is Borderie.com, I do believe.
Borderie.com.
Yep.
And once you go Borderie, there's no going back.
Oh, okay. I like it.
That's right.
Is that their tagline?
That's
or
their tagline.
I was about to say, if you just made that up, I'm pretty impressed.
No. I can take no credit for it.
Yeah. Well, here it is.
Yes. I'm excited
here she is in all of her
have
glory.
a go-to for gifts too.
Shark. Oh, it's a great, yes. Give a gift certificate.
Yes.
I got one as a gift as well from our friend Audrey at Audrey Don's Media. But yeah, so we'll be snacking on Char here all episode long, and a big episode indeed. We have a special guest coming up a little bit later, Jules Bindi, who has written a children's book about her childhood experiences and even adult experiences. She was actually a Jane Doe in the Harvey Weinstein case. And she said this is the first time she's talked about it since 2020, since, all of the stuff went down with Harvey Weinstein. So a very insightful and impactful visit with Jules Bindi coming up a little bit later. We've got Sports Squirt's going to hit on all the biggest headlines. Mark Sanchez in the TMG news
Oh my
desk.
gosh, what a wild ride.
What a wild ride Mark Sanchez is. And then on what's on your feed, I know you had something you wanted to talk about.
The silent exclusion.
Silent exclusion. And then also, too, some crazy ass things that celebrities do to try to stay looking young or something.
I'm all in to hear this stuff.
Yeah. None of which we can
Blood
probably
facial,
afford. Yes.
that type of thing.
Probably none of it which we can afford, but that's okay. So yeah, big show coming up. But what's been going on in your life?
Well, I think first we need to talk about
Taylor Swift.
No.
Okay.
Jeez, but that was mean.
No, it's just like I can see where people are getting Taylor fatigue. It's if you're not like a hardcore Swiftie, it's like, okay. We get it.
She's not doing it. She's just so popular that everyone wants a piece of putting her on their platform.
Yeah.
And she's doing like
she knows what she's doing.
She's doing like a few radio shows and like 2 TV shows, but like everybody's taking the clips and then their quotes and then
and she made a movie.
It makes them money.
And she made a movie about the release of her album.
Yes, but that's not what you're seeing.
Yes, it is in my house. Like that, Hattie went. Like I just see where people would get Taylor fatigue. It's kind of like, okay, I get it. You're great.
It's like been amazing for me,
right? But for me, I'm like, I get it. I think she's great. It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot of Taylor.
It's a lot of Taylor.
News. Yeah.
Well,
she's great.
She just became the like highest grossing.
Yep.
Selling female artist of all time, passing Madonna. So I guess that's what you get, when you're that famous. It's like, that's why. And that's what being really famous is you're everywhere.
Yeah. I just don't care to talk about it anymore. I'm just kind of done talking about Taylor Swift.
I wasn't, you put it in the rundown, didn't you?
I did. Well, because Julie, let's be fair.
Yeah.
You're getting defensive of Taylor Swift right now.
Well, you said you don't want to talk about it. You brought it up and then said you don't want to talk about it.
No, we can talk. That's why I said, let's get it out. Let's get it out of the way.
I wasn't going to talk about it off the top. I was going to talk about my ass.
Okay.
That's what I was going to talk about. Okay.
So you're telling me right now you were not going to bring up Taylor Swift.
I don't know. At some point.
Okay.
But not off the top.
Okay. Okay. The floor is
because we talked about your face. We talked about celebrities and their faces and what they were doing. And not your face, celebrities and their faces. And I was going to talk about your face and my face and who's been helping us. That was my whole plan.
Okay.
That's what I was about to do.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because you've been getting your face and your butt and everything worked on. We've talked about it a lot.
Yes.
At the House of Skin and Health.
Yes.
With our friend Morgan.
Yes.
And I was very excited when I came in today because I just was finally approved to do it myself, and I did it today.
Your testosterone.
So I got pelleted.
Yes.
With testosterone and estrogen because I had the estrogen patches that I've been taking now for like 3 years.
Got it.
And now I don't have to even wear those. So it's all been pelleted and inserted into my upper butt.
Yeah.
I mean, like your hip. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see the effects of it because like we talk about a lot, like menopause, perimenopause, whatever it is. For me, it was medical, like full-on menopause. Sucks ass. And you feel terrible. And you're grumpy and you're tired and, low libido and like all the things.
Yeah.
And women for so long have just dealt with it and just been like, well, this is what being 40 is or this is what being 50 is.
Sure.
And I think it's just so cool that now we're doing something about it and we're taking care of it. So she had referred me to a doctor who was like a brilliant, brilliant man. I drove out to Frisco last week and met with him. And he was kind of like, yes, you need this and you can do this. And
oh, good.
If you're abandoning all of this after you have a hysterectomy, you lose a lot. Basically, like when you're not getting all of these hormones, testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, there's a lot of other problems that it causes. And you're abandoning all of that if you just don't take care of it because of a maybe risk of cancer recurrence that's not even proven by anybody, but it's just a maybe because mine was triple negative and blah, blah, blah. So it was just really interesting to hear, like your bones and, all kinds of other things, osteoporosis, like all this stuff. If you're not getting any hormones, then that's something that you have to worry about.
Yeah.
So needless to say, I was finally approved to do it. And my other doctor, Ann Morgan, had all said yes too. So that's 3. I'm like, okay, I'm in. And got the shots up. And she says it's like about 10 days.
Yeah.
Or not shots, but got them.
Pellets. Yeah.
And then, you'll be feeling great. And I've just like sat here literally and watched your experience and like noticed and been envious of like, oh, I want to feel and look good. So I'm excited to start my journey, and I'm so grateful for Morgan at House of Skin and Health.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's super comprehensive, and there's no magic recipe for everyone. It's very individualized, and she takes very good care of everyone. I mean, even when I went back this last week, she was like, okay, where are you with this? How are you feeling with this? Like, let's swap this out for this. Like, it's a constant, trying to figure out exactly what's the best, formula for you and for your body and how your body responds to what we're trying. And then if that doesn't work, then let's go down this road. So it's, and you think about it, you're like, I can't believe I'm this person where I have the pill box and but then I'm like, if this is what this is part of getting older, like, and if this is what it takes to feel good. And these are all like, for the most part, natural-ish, supplements and all that kind of stuff. I feel really good about it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with getting testosterone pellets put in my ass and shooting myself up with NAD plus, every couple.
Yeah, because our
days.
bodies need it.
So yeah, and your body might need something totally different than what my body needs. And same for anybody else. But that's why it's important to reach out to someone who's in that space, because I used to just rely on my OB-GYN. She doesn't have the time to spend with me, to do all of this adjusting and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited for you, and hopefully you'll see some positive results.
Thanks.
Energy, I feel like
that's my big one. I've been
thing.
So tired.
Yeah.
Tired that I've never been before. Where it's like, what? Why do I want to like lay on the couch at 2 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Well, good for you. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you want to talk about Taylor Swift?
Not really.
Oh,
no, I don't want to. We heard your take, and that's fine. So
no, I am not saying not everyone wants to hear about Taylor Swift, but people in our audience, I'm sure, want to hear about Taylor Swift, what you thought of her album, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's also a segment of the population that is just, I love her. I'm just kind of overhearing about her. So we can't make everybody happy. So I'm going to speak for the people that don't really care about hearing daily about Taylor Swift these days. But then let's come from someone from your perspective that really likes Taylor Swift and listened to her new album and thought it was great.
I love it. It's brought me a lot of happiness over the last week, like genuine happiness. I love it.
And that's great.
It's really, really good music. It's bops. It's fun. It's dancey. Anna and I love it together. Ryder even loves it. I went and saw the movie, brought Anna. I'm just like, these are memories that I'm making with my daughter. And she is a good, positive, awesome person in the world that's doing great things. And she's happy. And
so I will tell you
going about her life.
My daughter got in the car saying after that movie, and her friend both said, we really felt like it was inappropriate. That her butt was hanging out the whole time, that her clothes were really inappropriate.
Your daughter said that?
This is what I said. Wow, it must have really been inappropriate for you to say something, Hattie McCoy. Her and her friend Mary both said, we called Mary's mom on the way home to see if she could come over. And she was like, how was the movie? They were like, it was good, but it was really inappropriate. And I was like, how is it inappropriate? And then I was worried about the whole wood song opening my thighs, like how
it was all clean in the movie,
right? But anyway, that I just thought
that's
that
interesting.
Was interesting. That
I was sitting there with my 7-year-old, like I didn't even think about it. I guess.
And listen, I'm not. I could give two shits. She can have her tits out for all I care. I care. I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't think it's inappropriate to show a kid with that. But I'm saying I don't think there was. I mean, I'm not offended by ass hanging out or whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting that the perspective of two 12-year-old girls who do like Taylor Swift, they're not like Swifties. They're not obsessed. But they were like, it was inappropriate. She was showing her butt.
Yeah.
All the time.
I don't know. I just see that everywhere, I guess. Like everyone's always skimpy clothes.
Yeah. I mean, she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah. But I mean, she's hot. AF.
Yeah.
She did look very hot in the movie. I'm like, she's gotten hotter.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Good for her. See, and I don't think she's ever wanted to be like a sex symbol.
Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah. And maybe
it's apparent that that's what she wants to be seen as.
Yeah. I don't know. I
provocative,
haven't asked her, but yeah.
I mean, but you can acknowledge
it's a different. Well, she did say because she was on Fallon last night, and I watched.
Oh, okay.
And she said she's like, I have just like anybody. I have so many different like personalities, things inside of me, things I'm feeling. Like, so Tortured Poets Department was like very lyric-y, she was miserable. She was sad. She wrote it all out. It was like a double album with, however many songs, 30, whatever, what ended up being, where she just put everything on paper and released it. almost to like cleanse a little bit of like this whole shitty situation that she'd been in. She's like, now I'm a different person. I'm wanting to be flirty. I'm wanting to be fun. I'm wanting this to be dance music. Like I'm wanting to be a little bit like cheeky. I'm wanting to like be a little bit more risque. Like it's just different personalities. Just like, I guess all of us have all these different personalities. Like sometimes I feel like shit. Sometimes I am funny, cheeky, like whatever. So I think it's just she uses her music to kind of display all these different versions of a person. So I think that's all it is. I don't know that she's like really trying to push some sort of sexual, like I'm hot thing. It's just like that at this phase in my life when I was writing this music, I was super happy. I'm having great sex. I'm engaged.
Right.
And she wasn't afraid to like put it all out there.
Right.
So
yeah. I just look at like the pictures of those and it's like, wow, she's really sexing it up. You know, which is great. I mean, that's good for her.
Yeah.
But I just think that the thing about Taylor Swift is it's hard to find a knock on her. It really is. And the only knock is the overexposure that I think people just get fatigued by it.
Yeah.
But what she's done is she's built such a loyal cultish fan base that she could literally put out a pile of dump and people are going to love it because they love her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And well, the thing is like anyone that posts about her or those people succeed because they're writing about her, because they post a picture about her. Like those posts are going to get blown up. Like she went on Fallon and he asked her, what's the last movie you saw? And she said the name of the movie I saw this morning, that exact movie, put the clip on. They're like, thanks Taylor Swift. And that they're getting a lot of pubs. So anybody that talks about her, mentions her, anything is helping their income, their business, right? By doing it. So the more and more people are doing it. And then that tends to lead to overexposure because it's whether you like it or not, like
she's a brilliant business. She's a brilliant businesswoman.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
brilliant.
Yeah, the movie was, I don't know. I think if you aren't a huge fan, then then don't go. But if you are, it was really cool to see some of the behind the scenes and all that because people want to know all these things if they're a big fan of hers. But yeah, it was just another brilliant way to it's not like she put a whole bunch of, it was like a behind the scenes of the music video and then lyric videos where it just flashes up the lyrics of every song. So she made a quick, however much money.
I think it was 30 million on
30
million. The first weekend.
I mean, just from repurposing something that she'd already done.
I don't think anyone would ever dispute that she's a brilliant businesswoman. Yeah. I'm just saying there's a segment of the population, and I'm included, that I love her, but I'm just...
I thought that we had you after the podcast.
No, I was
excited.
But it's just like anything else. Overexposure for me, I think with anything, I'm just like, okay, well, I get it. You're smart and you're talented, and we can watch you make an album and a movie and then a tour. I mean, it's just a lot, and and I have been a consumer of it, and I'm sure I will continue to be. I think she's fantastic. I'm just it's like the Cowboys, when they're in this, I just can't keep talking about the Cowboys when they're just still the Cowboys.
But that's why people talk about them, because it makes money. That's why at the ticket, they told all of us to talk about them all day long, at least for an hour of your show, because the advertisers want that, because that's what gets them the numbers.
Right.
And that's
I don't
where
think
they
our
make
advertisers care about Taylor Swift, but, I totally see
that's why you're seeing so much of her everywhere.
Right.
Like they push it because it's successful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I definitely didn't plan to come in here and talk about Taylor for an hour or anything. But that's why I've been using my personal channels and just sharing.
And I thought I would ask you.
I can't help it. Like, it's legit. It's legit made me happy over the last week.
Well, then that's great.
So,
yeah.
I mean, you don't like do you like the songs?
I haven't listened to any of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah.
They're really fun.
And I've heard the mixed reviews on those too, right?
Yes.
But the thing is, like I said, she is so influential and so impactful in so many people's lives, has such an impact on people's lives like you, that she is going to, it's going to skew in her favor more times than not because of all of the good what do you call it? Good grace she's built up with her audience, and her fan base is.
But I'll say if I don't like her music, I like this a lot more than the Tortured Poets department.
Right.
Like I'm not just gonna be like, I love it if I don't. This music is really good, in my opinion, because
and everyone
some people want the sad.
Yeah.
There's just a million different types of.
Sure.
She's a million different artists in one. Honestly, just in how much music she's put out, how many albums and all of that. But this one is my vibe. Like, I love this type of music. So I think that's why I've been so excited because it's happy.
Yeah.
I like being happy.
I wish I could find this much joy out of something like that.
You should try.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, let's move on to sports courts. Presented to us by our friends at Baylor Scott & White.
Yes, the Mom Game wants you to unleash your frog power with our friends at Baylor Scott & White All Saints as the proud sponsor of TCU Athletics. Baylor Scott & White Health is giving you the chance to win a football signed by Coach Sonny Dykes. Here is how to enter. Snap a picture of the QR code on your screen. It will take you straight to the entry form, or visit the Mom Game Instagram and click the link in our bio labeled Baylor Scott & White Enter to Win contest. While you're there, check out game day tips to keep you at your peak so that every game feels like your best game. And remember, at Baylor Scott & White Health, you've got a team that has your back. Entries must be received prior to 11:59 p.m. on December 1st, 2025.
Okay, the aforementioned Cowboys, here they are. They're relevant. It's football season, so we always have Cowboys in the rundown.
They won.
We usually give them a good solid 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Yeah, they won big over the Jets, and they're 2-2-1, and they're fun to watch.
The third time they've finished regulation with exactly 37 points. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, their offense is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Dak is amazing.
And the exact same amount of points. Yeah, so that's good. If nothing else, that's fun to watch, right? If I have to watch the Cowboys, which I sort of do just because, I would rather pick a team that can explode offensively, I guess, than one that's like really stout defensively. And that's just me. But I mean, they're doing pretty well so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, the whole
defense
league
isn't great. Yeah,
the whole league is schizophrenic. Like, it's hard to make sense of it. No more undefeateds. It seems like it's pretty wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chiefs have a sub 500 record.
They just
the
lost.
Ravens lost Lamar Jackson. I mean, the league is pretty wide open.
Which is fun.
It's
That's
super
fun for the fan.
Yeah, it's fun for the fan. Same is the case in college football. You feel like things are pretty wide open.
Yeah. Texas lost again.
They're out of the top 25, as is Penn State. So you have the number 1 and number 2 preseason ranked teams are both out of the top 25 after 5 games.
Yeah.
Which just goes to show you what an effing joke preseason rankings are. Period. End of story. I've been beating this drum for approximately 25 years. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Preseason rankings, when these teams have not played a single game, you're giving them a ranking. And do they mean anything? People say, oh, they don't mean anything. Oh, bullshit. Because where you start, if you start in the top 5 and you lose once, you're barely going to get bumped down. When you lose twice to unranked teams like Texas and Penn State they get knocked out. Mm-hmm. But let's say you start at number 29 or you're not ranked at all. There's really no number 29 since it's the top 25. But let's say you start out of the poll. Well, you're probably going to have to rattle off 6 wins, 5 or 6 straight wins with no losses to even get considered for that top 10 spot. Whereas, it just doesn't make sense.
No.
It makes sense. It makes no sense in determining long term. I feel like they should wait a minimum of like at least 5, maybe even 6 games to where you get into at least 2 games into your conference schedule before you release the first poll, because you just don't know anything. And I guess it all works itself out. Texas loses twice to teams that, the first loss was not bad.
No.
That was to Ohio State. But the second loss, unranked Florida, they had been reeling. And then Penn State was even worse.
Yeah. They had to give the poll people all kinds of reasons to finally take them out of the top 25.
Yeah.
Because people want Texas up there. People want like these big schools. But now the Aggies, number 5.
Dude.
How about that?
Aggies are legit.
They
are so legit.
OU right behind them at number 6. Alabama is number 8. Mizzou plays Alabama this weekend. I think it's at Alabama.
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't know. But Missouri is number 14. So it's Alabama has 1 loss and Missouri's undefeated. And then
because it's where Alabama started the year probably in the preseason poll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. For sure.
Tech won again. Big game in Houston. Who knows how good Houston is, but bottom line is they're winning the games that are on their schedule. They have Kansas this weekend. Tech is fun to watch.
Yeah.
They've got
Well, this is
really
fun.
solid
I still
defense.
say like Big 12, but it's not the Big 12 anymore, all these teams. But it's fun for old school Big 12 fans right now because you've got A&M, Oklahoma, Tech, Missouri, all within the top 15.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Those are the schools that I like to watch. Like I was flipping around on Saturday. I actually had a minute to like sit on the couch and watch. And I was like, none of my normal teams. Mizzou wasn't even playing, but I always want to land on one of those teams that I'm just more familiar with. And you kind of know their story and their journey. And, you know how hyped A&M is right now to be number 5. So I want to watch and see what happens to them. So it's fun. It's exciting. And I like it when there's not just a favorite that everybody thinks is going to run away with the thing.
Yeah, there's definitely not. So college football, it's my favorite time of year. Also, too, because it's MLB playoffs. Obviously, no Rangers, but
yes. Can you give me a quick little rundown where we're at with the wild card stuff?
So ALDS wild card's done. ALDS, we are.
But who won? Yeah, who
thick in. So right now it is. Well, so we're taping on Tuesday. Brewers are up 2-0 on the Cubs. They're all best of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Mariners and Tigers are tied at 1 apiece.
Mm-hmm.
Dodgers and Phillies. Dodgers are up 2-0, 2-0 And then what series am I forgetting? Oh, Brewers and did I say Brewers and
You
Cubs?
did.
They're up 2-0. Who's the other American League? Oh, Yankees. Yankees are getting absolutely destroyed by the Blue Jays. Destroyed.
Oh, right.
Like I feel like the combined score has been like 35-4.
But they beat the Red Sox to get here.
Correct.
And all of Canada's going crazy.
Yeah, that's what. So yes, we had the conversation with our friend Jen yesterday.
Yes.
That even on the or the West Coast, of Canada, they're going crazy for the Blue Jays who are on the West Coast
and
of
like
Canada.
That's all of Canada is a Blue Jays fan because that's their only
the only
team.
Like
Kelly grew up like his family. He wasn't a huge baseball guy, but I think it's his grandma was like a hardcore Blue Jays fan, and he's on the West Coast of Canada. They need more teams up there, and the kids are all playing.
Well, they had the Expos.
Yeah, Montreal. Yeah. So it's exciting for the Blue Jays, I guess. I don't know. It still hurts me to say that a little bit because I don't like them because of the Rangers history.
I mean, would you rather root for the Blue Jays or the Yankees?
They both hurt. Blue Jays, I guess.
Same.
Yeah, because of Canada.
Same.
Yeah.
And because I just don't like to root for the Yankees.
No, I can't.
Fatigue. I have Yankees fatigue because they get so much attention. This is a theme with me. Okay. Oh, and then the Rangers.
Big Rangers news.
Yeah. Skip Schumacher is the new manager. Boch is out, which made my heart sports sad, but part of the game. So Skip is in. He was with the Marlins previously, NL Manager of the Year a few years ago. He did not see eye to eye with their kind of long-term vision for that organization and stepped down and was with us last year in the front office, and now he's taking that over. Very interested to see what happens with the staff. Bobby Wilson, the catching coordinator, already out.
He's making some moves.
So I am curious to see what it'll look like. I have a feeling a lot of the guys that have been big parts of this thing for a number of years will not be back, but maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah,
we like him. What's his whole
Skip?
What's his whole
Seems
deal?
like a great dude.
Yeah,
I've only had limited.
Yeah.
I've had limited interactions with him. Seems like a great guy, very well respected.
He was St. Louis.
Young. Yes.
Before this?
No, it was with the Marlins.
Oh, the Marlins.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe before.
Yeah. I haven't read his bio recently.
Pretty sure it was Cardinals.
But yeah, he's like super, I mean, he's fresh out of the game ish. I think he'll be able to relate to the players well. And I think maybe he's got a little more of that vocalness that maybe this group needs. And I think that our roster is going to change tremendously. Chris Young has already indicated that the payroll. Oh, Glenn telling me to sit up again. It's because, okay, Glenn, I hear you and I'm sitting up, but let me tell you something. I despise this shot. It's awful.
Oh dear.
Because if
can I eat
anyone? Yeah, you can eat it.
Char.
Because
Char.
this shot, there's no way for it to be flattering. And I'm sitting up. Even if I like suck in, I still look like I weigh 800 pounds. So I don't know what else to do. So take this shot away. I hate
Take this shot and shove it.
I hate this shot. Make Julie.
But
sit
we do
over
like
here.
T shots. Oh, testosterone shots. We do like 2 shots.
2 shots are much better than.
Anyway, we can talk about.
Yeah, sorry, Glenn, but no, and I apprate the heads up to like sit up.
Look at this little hidden.
Yes, I'm gonna make Julie sit over here and see.
No, not until my testosterone kicks in.
Gosh, it sucks. Okay. Sorry, Glenn. I didn't mean to go crazy on that, but I every time I see the shot of the side shot, it's terrible.
There's our TMG shit show moment of the week.
There we go.
It's a new franchise.
Emily losing it on the voice in her head, also known as Glenn. Okay. So yeah, Skip Schumacher's in. Should be a very interesting offseason for the Rangers. Let's do a little What's on Your Feed, brought to us by our friends at Audrey Dollins Media and Energy Bot. We've been talking about ADM for quite some time here on the Mom Game. They are our go-tos for brand management, monetization management, collaborations. They help us create content, manage our social media. They've revamped our website, which looks amazing. They're also in charge of our newsletter. Please go subscribe to our newsletter. We're still in double digits. We haven't quite made it to single digits yet.
What's
but
it going to take?
I don't know.
We've begged, we've pleaded, we've offered prizes.
I had Hattie do a video.
Hattie's video was so cute.
We did get a few off of that. But yes, please go to our website to subscribe to our newsletter. And huge thanks to Audrey Dollins Media for staying on top of us on all things brand and social.
Also to our friends at EnergyBot. Emily and I had a conference call last week with Jordan over at EnergyBot, who is helping us get all of our stuff taken care of. And let me tell y'all, it is so easy. You might have a really giant energy bill that you feel like you're just stuck with and you don't have options and there's nothing you can do about it. And that is not true. That's where EnergyBot comes in to help. In fact, 75% of Texans aren't shopping. They just sign up based on providers or the first plan they see, or you see like Matthew McConaughey and on commercial and you're like, oh, I'll do that one. But they're ripping you off. And I was one of those people. That's why I can say that. I was getting ripped off. If you shop around, you can save about 20% or more on your electricity bill just by doing that shopping. They conducted a research study at EnergyBot last year that found that 87% wanted the cheapest plan, 98% could not identify the cheapest plan. They just kind of trick you into things. They'll say nights and weekends free or whatever kind of marketing gimmick, and we fall for it. But Emily and I both did this. We switched over to Energy. We used EnergyBot to switch over our energy providers. We're both saving money, and we're both like very busy people, and it took 10 minutes. Like, it was great. It was easy. There's even a cool feature on there where you can see how far down you are in line if the power goes out, like where you are on the grid.
Yeah.
I learned that I'm at the very bottom.
You are not important.
I am not important. And if our power goes out, I don't know that it'll ever come back on based on my place in line.
Yep.
Based upon the grid. You had a much better spot.
Yeah, I'm a little higher up on I think it's because I'm close to a fire station.
Mm-hmm.
They say a lot of times if you're close to a fire station or a hospital that you'll be higher on the priority for energy.
Yeah.
When the power goes out.
Yeah.
For it to come back on.
So it's cool to at least see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we switched our energy provider because of the savings that we could get through their plan. And then we did like 9 months, I think, because then we'll just reevaluate after that. So I'm not stuck in a long-term contract or anything like that. So I can continue to evaluate. If you want to do a long-term contract, you can do that. You can kind of set it and forget it. But like for you were in a variable rate plan. So some months were like you could really felt like you were getting a deal, and then other months you were just getting gouged.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's super easy. I kind of was skeptical of the process, thinking there's no way this is going to be simple. Like, it doesn't seem like anything house related is ever simple.
Right.
This was super simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And our former energy provider sent us a note like, oh, what happened?
I know. We're sad to see you go.
Yeah.
I know.
It was like Kelly said, this is the first time they've reached out to me about anything.
Exactly.
In 6 years.
Yeah. Well, and two, the website's super user friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a technological idiot, and it was super easy. So
and we have our own link.
We do.
EnergyBot.com/momgame. Yeah. It's really cute. It's like its personal little homepage. It'll say, hey there, mama.
Yeah.
So go click on it. See for yourself.
Even if you're a dad, you can do it yourself.
Hey there, dad.
Okay, I'm going to save or do you want to talk about no shoes at work?
No.
This gives me the ick.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Wear your shoes.
So
Wear
it
your
says
shoes
there's a
everywhere.
new work trend where companies are saying no shoes allowed.
Oh.
Like you have to wear socks or you can wear slippers or something.
Is that how they're gonna like get people to be
I don't know.
excited to
But
people
it
that
said-
don't want to come to work and want to work from home? They're
I
like,
don't
but you
know.
can take your shoes off.
Yeah, the idea is to make the office feel more relaxed and collaborative and makes people feel less anxious. I would feel so
gross.
much more anxious. So there's a certain person on the Rangers charters that
Goes barefoot.
he takes his shoes off and he's wearing socks.
Player, coach.
I cannot reveal things that happen on the plane. Have to stay on the plane.
Okay.
There's a lot of barefootedness,
Are they-
and it's I don't.
Harry.
No.
Stinky?
He wears socks,
Okay.
but it's like it's just now you're just it's one more layer. But then I'm sure people will be like, "You wear open-toed shoes all the fucking time. What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, I
That's
don't know.
not the same.
It's weird. There's something about
The bottom of your foot
shoes.
hanging out.
There's just something about no shoes in a place where there should be shoes.
I agree. And not at work. That's gross. You don't want to like
Yeah, I'm out.
see like Doug from Sales's
Okay.
hairy feet.
No. I think they want you to wear socks. Like, surely we're not going barefoot.
But like, yeah, but if you're in sandals or you're in,
Well, you need to pack some socks.
yeah, like bowling. I never have socks when I go bowling.
Do you wear those shoes
Always
without
forget.
socks? Or do
No,
they
I
have
just don't
socks?
bowl. Or they either have socks
have
or I
socks.
don't bowl, which is fine. I'm usually good with that. I'm like, oh, sorry, don't have my socks.
So unfortunate.
See you later, kids. I'm going to be drinking wine.
Okay. Also, too, when you were doing that read, I was trying to be quiet with my eating of Char.
Yeah.
And I like dipped into your shot while I was like mid-bite. So that should be
I was
fun.
wondering what was happening.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Oh, we didn't introduce Labubu.
Jesus.
We have a Labubu on the show today. And Emily doesn't like him.
I don't not like her. I just don't understand the point of
I don't either, but it was in my purse.
the fact that it was in your purse. It tells me
And
everything.
I was like, I was going to try and hold firm on no Labubus. And then next thing you know, this is mom life. I'm driving somewhere like
So you just
I'm
had
driving to some random address to pick up a Labubu out of someone's mailbox and leaving cash in it. Found it on Facebook. My kids just really wanted. They both love the Labubu, and it's like
probably not even real.
I think it is.
How do
She
you
told me
even
it
tell?
was something about like their
And
head.
people don't lie on Facebook, do they?
It says Pop Mart, like that's the store where you get
Oh.
and apparently like the teeth. I don't know. It might not be real, but I
Who
don't.
cares?
I don't think that
Oh my gosh. there's
my
a-
kids know. So
Um,
this is a little bit. Yeah, they each have one now. So I'm like, I'm done. And they paid for it with money that they earned from doing chores.
okay.
So there, but I don't know. Maybe it's growing on me a little bit. Anything that brings my kids joy that's like not a screen. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes. Well, congratulations and
Anna's
welcome.
telling everyone she has 5 in her locker. I don't know what that says about her, that she feels the need to lie and make up. And like, she tells me there's 5 in her locker. Ryder, there's 5. All her friends are like, Anna, can we see all your Labubus? She's like, oh no, they're in the locker. They don't come out. I was like, Anna, where'd you get them? Because I didn't buy them for you.
Okay, so that brings up a good question.
Yeah.
So at what point do you call your kid out on lying and be
Right.
like, no, you don't, and you're lying? and it's
I
not okay.
told her that, but she's still telling me she's not. So I was just like, whatever. Like, Anna, that's not true because how would you have gotten them? I didn't buy them for you. Dad didn't buy them for you. I haven't seen them.
Maybe
She's
she's a thief.
And I'm like, Anna, you don't need to lie to like make yourself. It doesn't make you cool
Yeah.
to have Labubus. Like, you're cool just the way you are.
Absolutely.
And she's just
is.
like, I know, Mom. I know, but I do have them. Like, she's still holding on to it. So
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
She's 7.
She's 7.
She's 7.
But it's so funny because people.
I mean,
keep
give it a
coming up
couple
to
years
me.
and we got some pretty big red flags here, but I think you're okay at 7.
I think so too.
I think not even a couple years. I think, I don't know, 14, 15, if you're lying about shit, then you're in big
Oh,
trouble.
yeah. Well, Ryder
But
lies
they-
too.
So at
They
what,
both lie.
at what, so at what age do we get concerned about? Like, and
You
they're
can't be an
stretching the
adult
truth.
that lies.
Well, no.
But I think there are. There's adults that lie.
Well, no kidding. Yes, you're right, and it's not okay.
No?
But at what age do you like put your foot down about you don't have fucking 5 Labubus in your locker, Anna? At what age do we do this?
It's sad. I mean, I should do it now. But I told her and she didn't want to admit it. So I just kind of ran out of energy on it. That's how I usually solve all my parenting problems. I
just run out of energy and whatever happens.
That's why I need the testosterone in my butt. Like I have no energy to parent properly. Like I should probably tell her, like, go look in her locker and be like, see,
Busted.
nothing here. Busted.
What locker is this? At home?
At school. She says there's 5 Labubu's in her locker at school. And like she tells all her friends this because her friends will come up to me and be like, Anna has 5 Labubu's. And I'm like, no.
Oh, no. Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
So, okay. Do you ever lie? Do you ever like go along with her lies?
No.
Okay, good.
No. I call her out.
Okay,
but like
good.
she's still holding on. She won't admit it to me that she's lying. Because I think that's like me winning. And she's very stubborn.
Right.
So yeah, I don't go with the flow and like, oh, what are their names? You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you don't. Like, did the little boo-boos like come in your, I think I literally said, I was like, so did the little boo-boos like go into your locker and like hook up and make 5 more Labubu's?
Oh,
like, how did the Labubu's happen without
procreating?
Me? Yeah, like, how does this happen? Were they born
Okay.
in your locker? I think I said that. I was like, were they born in your locker? Like, how did they get there? I was
Okay.
like, no.
Yeah, so you're calling her
I'm
out.
calling her out, but I'm just not like making it a big
Well,
deal.
I don't feel like the Labubu's in the locker is the place to like really put your foot down on this whole stretching the truth thing.
But it could be a sign of, like you said,
I don't
things to come.
I think it's 7. You're fine.
Can we call this Labubu's in the locker and Char?
And Char Cuterie.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, well, I don't know how we diverged.
Well, because we just hadn't introduced him yet, and I felt rude.
Oh, bless. Okay, so we're out on no shoes
I
at work.
see you and I hear you.
Thank you. Okay, I want a quick hit on
Not
these
you, the Labubu.
wild or gross wellness hacks shared by celebrities. Okay, so these are kind of dumb, but I'm going to go through them. Tom Brady said drinking large amount of water will help prevent sunburns. What?
It
doesn't even make sense.
No. I mean, amounts of water is good for you in so many ways. Maybe it helps a little bit. I don't know.
It's dumb. Beyonce dropped 20 pounds in 2 weeks for Dream Girls by giving up all solid food and drinking just a concoction of lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and
by
maple
not
syrup.
eating.
Right. Yes. Okay, but did you ever do this concoction, this cleanse or whatever, where it was lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup?
No, did you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But it wasn't, you didn't just eat that or drink that. Like you ate shit, like raw vegetables or something. This was a trend like 10, 15 years ago. This cayenne, I just remember the cayenne pepper, the syrup, and the lemon juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's but I mean,
I think you've mentioned that.
You're probably too young, but like there was a time like when I was in my maybe mid 20s, early 30s to where there was always some kind of like this.
Yeah.
Like there was some kind of cabbage soup recipe thing. There was all kinds of things that people would try.
And like just different versions of saying don't eat and you'll lose weight. Yeah.
Yes. And drink broth and you'll be amazing.
Now we just have shots.
But yes, now we just take testosterone in our ass. Megan Fox claimed that drinking apple cider vinegar before meals keeps you slim by cleansing out your system entirely. I don't think it cleanses out your system entirely, but there are benefits of ACV, and I will do ACV shots every once in a while.
Yeah, like take a quick shot of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have some. Yeah, I mean, I
have some of that.
I don't think it's I mean, I don't think it's bad for you. I don't think it's changing my life.
Right
when I do it. Kesha drank her own pee because she thought it was good for you.
Sick.
Why would it be good
Kesha.
for you? Well, it's coming out of your body.
It's just like the placenta thing.
It doesn't want to be there.
Right.
But isn't there something about the placenta that has like so many nutrients or something? Because
like
it's literally like
people
it fed your baby for, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or something, whatever. Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop sold jade and rose quartz eggs for women to put inside there to increase feminine energy and increase vaginal muscle tone.
They got sued.
So I will tell you something that I did get, I got prescribed to me from my OB-GYN was something, it's not jade and rose quartz eggs, but it's something that is supposed to help with going to the bath, like frequent urination and
does it help?
Some other things that happen. I keep forgetting to do it.
Oh,
so I need to do it and then I'll report back. I don't know what it's called, but
yeah,
my OB-GYN or nurse practitioner for my OB-GYN said it was like we need to get ahead of this as you age.
I mean,
I'm so tired
it's
of
literally
doing
like every crevice of our body,
everything.
every square inch of our body.
And
is
I'm like,
something we can take medicine for, take a shot
this is a
for,
lot.
plastic surgery for.
I know. It's like just when I think I've got figured out, they're like, then shove this there and see what happens. I'm like, okay.
Good luck with that.
And then
I
finally,
also heard
what?
I heard girls aren't doing tampons anymore.
What?
Yeah. Speaking of shoving things up.
Whoa! Who said this?
A mom in our neighborhood. Yeah, because like they don't like the idea of putting something up there, and so they're all wearing pads.
Okay, but maybe that's just in the beginning. Because in the beginning, that's the way I was. I was scared of them.
Yeah,
and then I realized how disgusting it was to walk around traveling in my own.
and like you can't swim, you can't.
And you feel like you're wearing a diaper.
In Fort Worth, is this not the case? Because in our neighborhood, apparently this is a thing, and it'll last like years.
Wait, so, I mean, I didn't wear them in the beginning, but because I was scared. But then after a year,
I think
was
it's like a new
this
thing.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, like because everyone's so, they can be toxic, like TSS,
toxic shock. Because that's if you forget one's up there,
right? So I think girls are just like, well, I want to do it the right way and not do something that's risky. I don't know.
Okay, well, more power to you,
right?
Okay, all right. Let's get to the news. We got to talk about Mark Sanchez.
Okay.
And then we've got Jules Bindi coming up. Don't forget, great interview with her. Yeah, she wrote a children's book and she was part of the whole, Me Too, Harvey Weinstein trial movement, all that kind of stuff.
She was.
Anyway. Okay, so TMG News Desk brought to us by our friends at Early Bird and Susan G. Komen. As you know, if you've tuned into the show ever, that I'm a huge fan of Early Bird CBD. So grateful that they found their way into my life. Sunday, I was having very overwhelming day just with thinking about all the things I had to get done this week. And I thought, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock. We got home from dinner and I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn it off. There's nothing I can do Sunday at 7:30 to make, Monday morning, Thursday afternoon any better. I need sleep. I'm just going to go to sleep. So I popped a couple early birds, turned on the new season of the morning show, and fell asleep within about 15 minutes.
Nice.
It was amazing. So anyway, early bird is a microdose of THC from hemp, which makes these gummies different. They're not just CBD. They have that microdose of THC from hemp, which gives you that kind of like that zzz, and just like everything's kind of just real chill. And they do the trick when I need to slow my brain down and catch some sleep. So the Mom Game 20, just Mom Game 20, the Mom Game 20 is active and good for 20% off your first order online. It can be used by someone once, even if they have purchased it previously with a code from the Mom Game. So just go to the website, earlybirdcbd.com, and use that code at checkout for 20% off. And thank you to Early Bird CBD.
Made for moms.
Made for moms.
IMO, in my opinion. Also, of course, it is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And, if you know somebody that's been through it or is currently going through it, maybe give them a shout out. And I think it would mean a lot to them. There are also walks that you can participate in with Susan G. Komen. The Fort Worth walk went off last weekend. And there is one walk remaining in Dallas. It is Saturday, October 18th at utdallas.komen.org/Dallas race. And stay tuned here to the Mom Game because the Mom Game is the official media partner of these walks. And we're partners with Komen, Susan G. Komen. And we have a big event coming up later this month at the Truck Yard in Fort Worth on October 23rd that we're super excited about. So we will be releasing all of the details on that event soon. But if you're a Fort Worth mom gamer, just put that date in your calendar, October 23rd, around happy hour time. Come see a live podcast with a special guest. And there's live music afterwards. There's going to be some booths set up, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, come hang out with us. Should be fun. Okay, we teased this a little bit earlier. The Mark Sanchez story is just so very weird. So he's in Indianapolis to work the Colts game. He's part of the Fox crew, one of their TV packages. And so I forget who the Colts were playing, but it was Friday night, like Friday night into early Saturday morning. And the reports started coming out on Saturday, like, prayers up for Mark Sanchez. He's recovering from stab wounds in the hospital. So he was at an Indianapolis hotel and, police were called, officers found him, they took him to the hospital. Well, come to find out, he was the aggressor in this attack.
That was like the plot twist, right?
Well, there is even more plot twists because yes, the fact that he's the one who's, in the hospital, but even though he's the one that got stabbed, but he was the aggressor.
Right.
So I guess if that makes sense.
Yep.
So apparently this 69-year-old man who like swaps out old vegetable oil at restaurants and hotels was like in this loading dock area. And for some reason, Mark Sanchez, because at first they said it was an Uber driver, but it wasn't an Uber driver. It was this vegetable oil truck driver.
Like just a guy doing his job.
Yes. And for some reason, he like told him he wasn't, they got into this altercation. There was one part of the story was like that Mark Sanchez was doing like wind sprints. I mean, like just insane, but apparently he like tried to get into this guy's truck and then he tried to like spray him with mace or something and that didn't work. So then he got a knife and just started going at him because he was fearful for his life, this truck driver.
Does he have a knife? Do people just have knives?
If you're driving a truck in Chicago, it's not Chicago. I don't know why I was thinking Chicago, but if you're a truck driver, because think about like when they sleep on the side of the road and stuff. Yeah, they're armed in some way.
Yeah,
with something that can F you up.
Several stab wounds to his upper torso.
Yes. So
what the
right? And so originally everybody thought that like Mark Sanchez got
and there's video
attacked, and that, but apparently like Marriott, the hotel he was staying at, had like all this surveillance video, and they were like, no, it corroborates exactly what this truck driver said. And so now the truck driver is suing not only Mark Sanchez but Fox also for like all these things.
And he went and got arrested when he was in the hospital, right? Like
yes. So then but then not only did he get arrested, they upped the charges. So it's like a felony now. Oh my God. He's looking at like 1 to 8 years in prison if convicted.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And he says he doesn't remember anything. The cop said he smelled of booze. Like,
can you imagine getting that angry drunk that like you are that crazy and not doing something about it by the time you're 38 and doing national TV broadcast for Fox? Like, well, I just got like, I get People magazine headlines and I need to make it stop because it's only terrible headlines that come to your inbox. But it was like, Mark Sanchez stabbed. And then it was like, Mark Sanchez in hospital. Mark Sanchez arrested in hospital. I'm like, what the? Like, I couldn't follow the whole thing. It was bizarre to see happening over the weekend. And of course, with everything going on in the world, like your first reaction is like, oh no, like, oh, he's just trying to be there to travel to go do his job and he got stabbed. And then you read it and you're like, oh no, like this guy's insane. And he was the one that was like the aggressor, as you said. It's wild. Brady Quinn stepped in for him for broadcast. He can't broadcast after going to the hospital and getting stabbed. I don't know his whole scene. Like if does he have kids?
I don't know. I don't know that either. But I know he's been on the Fox. He's been on a part of their network crew for a while.
Yeah.
I think.
I get him a little confused sometimes with Matt Leinart, who is married and they do really funny stuff on social media.
They do.
But
Josie, somebody sent me one of her videos, like the Oblivious Mom video.
Yeah, she's
just
funny.
Me. What? Like there's so many things that go on, and they'll be like there'll be a mom text, and I'll be like, such and such, just meet at our house, and for the Blue Jay tailgate, and I'm like, oh, tell me more about this Blue Jay tailgate, and they're like, ha ha ha, and I'm like, ha ha ha, not kidding,
right?
And then they're like, and I was like, oh, I'll just sign up and register. They're like, oh, that's funny. That registration was due 20 days ago. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, man, I suck as a parent.
You need to just pay someone to tell you when.
Well, I kind of rely on my friends to fill me
2 kids and a wife.
2 kids and a wife.
This just in.
Oh, bless. How old are his kids? That's going to be so embarrassing.
Why is he getting so drunk on the road? Like, why is he?
Listen. Oh, no.
A brand new baby born in March. Okay.
Maybe he's in denial.
He doesn't like his life.
Let me tell you something. Can I call you out right fast when you said, why is he getting so drunk on the road? Do I need to remind you of
I know.
Free pizza?
Oh. Hey, that was pre-kids, pre-family.
Gluten-free pizza was before kids?
Yeah.
It was?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if I had a kid, it'd be like Ryder and it'd be baby.
Yeah.
But I think it was before kids.
Well, but
And
still.
I didn't make a habit of it. It was like one time.
I'm just kidding.
No, that is funny.
But listen, I will say, like, the road, though, is where because you don't have anybody to worry about. And this is the thing
with people traveling. And this is why I like started to resent my husband for traveling all the time. Because I'm like, you get this escape. Like,
you don't
in
have
life.
anything to take care of.
You can just escape. You can go travel, do these fancy things, not worry about what's going on back home while we can't. But like, this is next level, man.
Oh, this is so next level.
It sounds like he's got issues.
Yeah.
That's got to be embarrassing for his wife.
Oh my gosh. It has to be embarrassing for everybody.
Oh, I mean, and the whole like being stabbed, that sounds so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like who's stabbing? What?
Who's stabbing?
Who's stabbing people?
Well, apparently if you have to defend yourself against crazy ex-football players. I know. But can you imagine if you're 69 and there's like this, I mean, I
wouldn't know how to stab anybody.
He's in pretty good shape.
Can you imagine stabbing somebody?
If your life, like if you feel like your life is in jeopardy, you're stabbing a bitch.
Well, I'm never traveling with a knife. Like I just don't have a knife on my person.
Same.
Ever. Like a knife that's stabbable. Maybe if I were to, it'd be like in a Swiss Army knife, and it'd be like. But like, who's just got like a big old knife on there?
Dink. I'm telling you, truck drivers.
Yes.
Truck drivers.
Yes. If you are a vegetable oil late in the night man at age 69, then yes. You've probably got all kinds of stuff to protect yourself.
Absolutely.
But you hear about stabbings. It's like,
I know.
You got to get real close to someone. Like, what do you say to them to woo them to get close enough to stab them?
Well, I think he didn't have any problem. Apparently, Mark Sanchez was coming like.
Well, I know in this scenario, but other stabbing scenarios, like, come here, let me tell you a secret.
And then you just
like, how do you do that?
I don't think there's a lot of secret stabbings going on. I don't know. This is really not the conversation I thought we were going to have.
No, but it weirds me out anytime I hear about a stabbing.
I know. It's creepy.
Yikes.
Okay. We should probably.
The truck driver said he thought he was trying to kill him.
Well, yeah.
Like, what?
Wouldn't you? If somebody came after you crazy at like midnight?
I'd probably be like, let's party.
When you're trying to.
Be like, I know you. I know what you're doing. You're hammered.
When you're
where are we going?
You know what? It's not a bad defense.
What, strip club? I mean, it's late.
It's not a bad defense, really.
Right?
It's not a bad way.
I was going to say we've all been there, but we haven't been there.
It's not.
But we've all been like, I don't know, drunk late at night on random streets. Not in a long time.
Okay. Well, tell me more about these drunk random night on random streets.
Yeah. Like
late at night?
I mean, I had a bachelorette party in Nashville and we wandered around till like 4 a.m.
So you were doing bachelorette parties in Nashville
wasn't like
before they were
people.
Before they were famous.
Yeah. Before it was cool.
You were a trendsetter.
I was a trendsetter.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll just say that.
Okay.
It was fun.
Okay. Anything else on Mark Sanchez before we get to our guest?
That's the wildest story ever.
It's pretty wild. Okay. All right.
Just be buttoned up and go travel and do your job. You have kids at home.
Oh.
Don't get stabbed behind a bar in the middle of the night. And you know what? If you've got issues with your life, go talk to somebody. Go get a counselor. This isn't the way to do it. Mark Sanchez, I've never known. Don't do that. Don't get stabbed and don't try to stab. Don't assault a vegetable oil man. Get therapy.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. I'm just going to let you go as long as you want it.
Maybe my message will make it to him in his hospital bed.
Exactly where that was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great show. It's not over though.
No.
We got a really, really cool guest and here she is.
And it is guest time now here on the Mom Game. Have been looking forward to chatting with this one, Jules Bindi. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited to hear all about your story.
Yeah, thanks for having me, y'all.
Yeah, so tell us just a little bit about your story. What kind of inspired you to do what it is that you're doing now?
Wow. Well, I'm currently living in Austin, Texas. I was born and raised in San Jose in the Bay Area. And my childhood was a very interesting one, to say the least. I was surrounded by a lot of challenges, a lot of hurdles. Uh, when I was 4 years old, I witnessed my sister getting molested in front of me by our next door neighbor, and I was spoke up for her, and that basically spiraled down a whole chain of events that consistently men would show up in my life consistently harming me in one sense or another, assaults, rapes, and a lot of different other circumstances that I fell into a victim mindset. And from there, I ended up finding my voice and standing up for myself and a lot of other women. I came forward about Harvey Weinstein before the Me Too movement. And that's what really started my journey in wanting to write emotional intelligence children's books for children. So that's when I started My Body, My Rules. And it's a book that supports children to understand what their roles are for their bodies, to start building children's blueprints at a young age of knowing what their roles are for their bodies, because we have roles for school, roles for our house, roles for so many different things. But as us children, what are our rules for our body?
Mhm.
So that's what really inspired this whole thing with EQ Kid Books and the My Body, My Rules.
So what was it that you mentioned that, you had fallen into that kind of, you were a victim and you kind of let that, for lack of a better word, snowball into that, the victim mentality. What switched then to say, I'm not going to be a victim anymore, and I'm going to take these experiences, as difficult as they've been, and turn them into something positive? Was there one moment where that happened?
I think it just spiraled over years. I think I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired of just blaming everyone else. And I kept seeing things happening in my life that I just got tired of hearing myself complain. I don't know if that makes any sense to you
Yeah,
guys,
absolutely.
but I was so sick and tired of listening to myself talk and complain about everything that's happening to me in my life instead of taking ownership and saying things are actually happening for me. And just taking responsibility and accountability for things that happen to me in my life.
Mhm. What did you get to that kind of conclusion on your own? I mean, that's such a big revelation, I guess, to have, that a lot of times you get through like counseling and that type of thing. Was it just kind of within you where you felt that turning point happen?
Well, it took a lot of work. I read self-help books, and those actually didn't really help me because you're trying to help yourself and you already can't help yourself. So self-help books weren't really like my go-to.
Yeah.
I started looking into emotional intelligence workshops, and one in particular was here in Austin, Texas, and it exponentially changed my life. It was like one of those workshops that it's like a 4-month program, and I did it, and I excelled, and it just clicked. But when you do these programs, you really have to want it for yourself.
Mhm.
You have to really want to do it. And I was committed to just change my life, change the trajectory. I was, you know, I was now a mom, and I'm like, I don't want my daughter to have the same blueprint I did.
Mhm.
Energy is energy, vibration is vibration, and our nervous systems are combined. So I had to learn how to regulate myself. I didn't give myself a choice.
So at what age did that happen?
Well,
That turning point for you?
I think I started understanding more about what manifestation was. I believe that was in 2000. I think it was 4. It was around when The Secret came out. Do y'all remember The Secret?
No.
I don't think
So
so.
it's about manifestation and whatnot. It came out a long time ago. And also I started listening to a friend of mine turned me on to Abraham Hicks. And he had me read the book Ask and It Is Given. And I read that book and I'm like, oh, this is an interesting concept. I'm like, okay, I want to look more into this. Okay, you think about what you want and then you can get it. But it just seemed too simple. But there was a lot of different stuff that didn't make sense to me. I'm like, how do you just think about something and you get it? I was like, wait a second. I've always been saying, oh, men are doing this to me. I can't trust them, this and that, and it keeps happening. I was like, well, what if that's my manifestation? So what if I change my mindset to start thinking positively instead of negatively and see what happens? And it took a lot of work. It took me monitoring my thoughts and really focusing hard. And whenever I said a negative thought to myself, I would have to say something positive, at least 5 or 6 things positive for every one negative. And that really supported me. And it took a lot of work. It took me about like at least, I think, 2 or 3 years in order to get that mindset. And then I kept getting deeper and deeper with wanting to know more about, okay, well, what is emotional intelligence? What is EQ? We only work on IQ in school, but EQ isn't really taught. And EQ is what supports you with thriving in this life, with communicating with friends, with your family. And it's just like IQ doesn't really get you many friends. It makes you money. It can make
Right.
you grow your companies and whatnot. I had a great IQ, but my EQ was lacking.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of people in that same boat that aren't doing anything about it, right? And then it's something that might cause some problems for them in their life. So it's very cool that you did all that work on yourself and were able to now come up with something that can help children. So I want to talk about the book a little bit. When I saw your story, it kind of struck me because I have a 7-year-old girl and a 10-year-old boy. And so they're right there in the thick of like learning about all of this, learning about their bodies and some stuff's funny and they don't understand why they can't do or say certain things. And I think there's a lot of parents that don't know how to talk to even their kids properly about it. Or they just think maybe this is kind of a weird deal. I'm just not going to say anything and see what happens. And then their kids aren't getting that education from anywhere. So I think what you're doing is very cool. Can you tell us a little bit about the book and why this was important to you to kind of speak to children about this?
Yeah, it's interesting how there's a lot of books out there that talk about your genitals, what they are, but there's not many books that make difficult conversations easy. And that's what my books do. For instance, I don't scare kids in my books. I don't say, don't take a shower with anybody and let them touch your genitals. It's more of I got a hug from somebody and when I didn't want it. So it's more based upon a character. I wrote this book actually for my daughter Sage, and she's the main character in the book. And I had her, my really dear friend Rachel, and I made her a main character as well. And so Rachel gave Sage a hug and she didn't want a hug that day. And she got really sad and frustrated and was like, I didn't want a hug. And then the mom was like, oh, well, did you tell her that? And she said, yes. Wait, no, I didn't. So it was more of like, she wanted to express herself that she didn't want to give a hug and she wished she did. And she was pulling it back and saying, I actually didn't. I was feeling it. I was thinking it. And I didn't say anything. I didn't speak up. And so the moms and I've written actually 13 books, but this is the only one I've released so far. And the parents in my books, they do not give kids solutions. They allow kids to come up with the solutions for themselves, to be fully expressed and to think and not give them the answers. So the mom says, well, what do you think you can do? Like to let Rachel know what your rules are and like what you want for your body. And she's like, let me think about that. And so the book basically is the journey of a little girl and saying, I think I want to make rules for my body because we have rules for school, rules for work, all these rules for our house. But why do I not have body rules for myself? And because this is my body, like this is my temple. This is mine that I get to protect. So she came up with some rules. And when she came up with the rules, she ended up wearing them around her neck. And she wanted to wear them there so she can go to school and show all the other kids what her rules are. And in the book, it basically supports children to learn how to activate their voice, to speak what they want. And I thought it was very important to have a child hugging another child and having that conflict. Because I don't know if you know the statistics, but more than 50% of all assaults, like sexual assaults, happen with children and child and child. It's child and child. And it's because one child understands like, oh, I learned my body parts. And they're like, oh, I want to teach someone else because this feels good. So I want to do it on this child to show them how to feel good. Or it's like, there's other ways and other situations that I've heard personally that's very traumatizing to hear, but sometimes it is intentional. And young kids intentionally touch other kids and assault them and sexually assault them. And that happened to me when I think I was like 5 years old at my babysitter's house. And there was this child, and he taught me how to touch myself. And I was so confused. I didn't understand like what was happening, but he taught me how to do it. And I didn't like it. But it felt good, but I didn't want him to do it to me, but I let him because it felt good. And so that was the first time I was violated. So it's a very, very strong book to where it supports children having a soft conversation and not making it scary, but still allowing them to learn boundaries and what their rules are.
So how old is your daughter now? And do you have other children or is it just her?
I have one. She's 6.
She's 6. Okay. So when did you decide, was it, like immediately, like, okay, because of what you had experienced, now knowing you have, not just saying this doesn't happen to boys, but knowing that, you could see yourself and your daughter, how important that was for you to write these books?
I actually started writing them 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I started writing it, and that was while I was going through the Harvey Weinstein trial. And I really felt that it was very important for this book to come out because I was going over a lot. Like when you are assaulted, you block stuff out. You block out a lot of things, a lot of trauma from your past. And I had a lot of time to think about everything that happened for me. And a lot of different memories popped up. And I was like, how did this all start? How did I start manifesting this into my life? And I was like, it started from my childhood. And I said, if something happened to me ever, how am I going to support my child if something traumatic happened, I passed away or whatnot? And that's what encouraged me to write the book. And I didn't want to leave my emotional intelligence just in the hands of my ex-husband who, we're no longer together. And I wanted to make sure I left some type of legacy behind for her.
Wow, that's pretty powerful. Okay, so tell us about your role in the Harvey Weinstein trial. That's interesting.
Yeah, so I was a Jane Doe in the Harvey Weinstein trial. I came forward before the Me Too movement, and I came out in a really big way. A friend of mine, approached me and said, "Jules, it's time to come forward about Harvey." And I'm like, let's go. Let's do it. This is after the New York Times article came out. So Allison Weiner, she was the head of 2020 ABC. She flew out to Austin, Texas, and she filmed me. I'm like, let's go in a big way. Let's hit this a home run. Let's get other people out and start talking about this now. So she interviewed me. And then I believe the 2020 came out in October, like around October 17th. And then the Me Too movement came out after my show aired, I think a day or 2 days later.
So at what point, so what triggered that? If you had been silent for so long, or how long had you been silent on the Weinstein stuff?
A long time.
Yeah.
A long time. I was initially going to come out after 5 years. I believe I was 28 when that happened to me. And then I was going to come out five years later. But that's like when the Italian girl came out about what happened to her. And then she was paid off by Harvey. I think she got like $1 million or something like that. So I ended up becoming silent again. So I was scared. I was a massage therapist to the stars in Hollywood for a very long time, for about 15 years. And I worked on all the celebrities you can possibly imagine. There was a joke that one of my clients had. They're like, "Jules, you're so famous that celebrities name drop you. I just went to the Emmys and someone said you got the best massage in the world from somebody." And I'm like, "I did." And it happened to be you. It was like the same person. We were arguing about our massage therapist and we were just talking about you. So I worked on a lot of people. So unfortunately, I was one of the people that was paid by Harvey to give him a massage, and not just an actress trying to give her a massage, or, vice versa for a part. I was actually hired to massage him. And that's when I was sexually assaulted. So moving forward after the 5 years, I pulled back. Then after the New York Times article came out, I decided to step forward because my friends basically encouraged me. And the reason why I didn't before was because I felt if I stood alone and spoke about what happened, then I would probably never work on a celebrity again. And I was scared. I was scared that, when you would look up my name, all you would see is Harvey Weinstein and Jules Bindi. And ultimately, going forward, that's not all the things that you see about me online. It's other things as well. But I just confronted my fear. I ended up just being brave. I did it for my daughter. I said, who am I as a mom if something happened to my daughter to, not go forward and press charges against him in court? And this is, I had stage back in 2019. So I made the decision, like, who am I not to go all the way and take him to court in Los Angeles with the DA? If my daughter was assaulted or raped, who am I to tell her to come forward if I never did?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I came forward on television, that's not pure justice. And by the way, there's a difference between forgiveness and justice. So I fully forgave everything from my past. I forgave Harvey. I forgave my next door neighbor, all the things that's ever happened for me. But it's a difference between justice, and justice is preventing it so harm doesn't come upon anyone else after me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious now, what is your relationship like with men, just in general? Do you still find yourself not being in a trustworthy position, or do you find yourself, because of the work that you've done on yourself, being open-minded to, I guess, or not too scared to go down those roads again?
I love this question.
Mm-hmm.
I love this question. So I was married for about 7 years, and while I was going through the whole trial, I came out. I was in a relationship that it wasn't a healthy relationship, to be honest. And that's when I started looking into emotional intelligence and everything like that. But ever since my divorce, I'm my current boyfriend says I'm a rarity because I love so hard. My heart's always open. I'm a person that now I'm fully open and fully expressed. And I have met one of the most incredible men in my life. He does the work. He does men groups. He's a coach. And when I met him, I said, like, me saying yes to you and being in a relationship with you is you allowing you're allowed to hurt me. Like, it's okay if you end up hurting me, because that's growth. And I'm in it. I'm just fully in it and fully embodied in the relationship. And it's literally been the best relationship of my life. So to answer your question, I don't hold back in relationships, because all the things that happen in my life has been such a blessing. I mean, literally everything in my life has been a blessing, because it's really gotten to me where I am today. And I would not change a thing at all. If I was given a choice, if you can change your life and have an amazing life and, amazing life with not any trauma or anything like that, I would choose the trauma.
Wow. It's a great perspective to have, and you're using it for good now. By writing the book, by coming in and talking about it like this, and obviously the role you had in the Harvey Weinstein trial, that changed a lot for so many people in that Me Too movement. So props to you, girl. It's pretty amazing what you've been able to do. And we're really glad that you spent some time with us today. How can people get a hold of your book and follow along with any of your other endeavors?
Oh, well, if you like to look me up on social media, it's Jules Bindi, JulesBindi. Or if you like my book, go to eqkidbooks.com, or you can follow me on social media on EQ Kid Books as well on all social media outlets.
Awesome.
Jules, you were fantastic. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We really do appreciate it. And I hope that relationship lasts a lifetime. And even if it doesn't, I have a feeling you'll come out just fine on the other side.
Thanks, y'all.
Don't tell him I said that. Don't tell him I said that. You want to stick together.
Oh, he will not watch this. Of course he won't watch this.
Okay, well, we end all of our shows that's cheesy, but we throw up the peace signs and look into our cameras and say mom game out. So we're going to end it that way for the 291st time on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Mom game
Game
Mom
out.
game out.